Hey guys, it's Coach Ricardo Milan. I'm back. I wanted to share a talk with you that I thought was going to be very necessary for those of you that may find yourself dealing with some form of anxiety, or you know someone that you believe this information may be helpful for. Now, I'm a strong believer that our mere existence is an indication that we have a purpose. Okay? We have a purpose, and one of the things we must do every day is we must find out what is it that I need to do to help me to perform at my highest level. The goal is to learn how to live at your highest level. The unfortunate truth is we have been programmed and we have developed and we have different dynamics related to us and how we show up on a daily basis that can limit us from living our best life. Anxiety is real. Anxiety is real. And as a person of faith, you could find yourself dealing with denial when it comes to anxiety. Now, anxiety is real. Not only is it real, but it's also necessary. Some form of anxiety actually serves as a protection to us. It helps us. It was built in there. There is some healthy fear. There's a form of healthy anxiety. But the challenge is when it goes too far. When it goes too far to the point where you don't want to go out. When it goes too far, when you're overly concerned and you're no longer now able to function. Someone is assigned to help you. That particular thought is something that I've been pushing to all of my coaching clients. I believe that it is important for you to get help. I believe that it is important for you to study you. I believe that you got to learn you to the degree that you identify, okay, what's keeping me back? What's hindering me? And then you have to dig deep. You have to go where you've never gone before. And some of us, we don't know how to go at the depth of where we're needing to go to address what's going on inside of us. The one thing that oftentimes keeps a lot of us awake at night is we know there's supposed to be more. You know, you get up in the morning, you say, my life is not what it's supposed to be. I know there's more on the other side of where I am right now. And so I believe that you have to study you. And oftentimes we have never been taught to study ourselves. So sometimes we need to bring someone in to help us to identify who we are, where we ought to be going. Someone is assigned to help you. Once you capture that, you will be okay with getting counseling. You'll be okay meeting with a therapist. You'll be okay understanding that some of the problems you may have, you can't do anything about it in and of yourself. Professional help is good. Professional help is necessary. All depending on how you've been make up, you got to tell yourself, listen, man, I want to live life effectively. This platform is built around the idea that you can get better and you can perform at a maximum level that will bring about your purpose, living itself out to the fullest. If you have never subscribed to my channel before, please subscribe to this channel. We're coming every day, every week, every month, bringing information that simply triggers the mind and help you to start thinking. I need to think. I need to think about where I am. I need to think about where I'm going. And then I need to start doing the necessary work so I can make sure that I'm getting better with age. Okay? So as you're following effective living, we're not trying to be all things to everyone. What we're trying to do, however, is we're trying to help you to understand the things that we're talking about. There are others who specialize in this. There are therapists. Listen, I had to get a therapist a couple of years ago just to go where I've never gone before. Someone has studied and acquired the skill to help me in an area of my life that I have never gone before to ensure that I can get to where I'm trying to go in my lifetime. I don't want to be my greatest hindrance. I don't want to be my greatest problem. You don't want to be that either. So how do you fix that? How do you fix that? You get help. You start, first and foremost, you start studying you. What's going on with me? I realize that I'm dreading taking that exam. I'm dreading going and meeting with the boss. I'm dreading having a meeting, a confrontational meeting. There are people who are concerned to a degree that their level of anxiety to connect with their children, their spouse, their boss, their work, their community is just not good. And these are talented individuals, highly educated, and you got to get to the point where you start to realize, I'm not going to allow a level of anxiety, no matter what level, keep me back from becoming my best self. So I'm going to provide you 7 things that I do to manage the level of anxiety that I function with. Okay, because I don't want to allow myself to be kept back from living my best life. So I'm constantly studying me. I'm studying, okay, what can Ricardo do to make sure that Ricardo is healthy? Ricardo is in his right mind. Ricardo is not living in denial. Ricardo is not, showing up in the world looking like he got it going on, but at the end of the day, he can't sleep at night. At the end of the day, he's just shaking. He's afraid. He's not addressing the stuff, and there's help because that stuff is real. I've gone through my set of bumps in the road in this life. And let me tell you something, fear is real. Anxiety can overtake your life to become a disorder. And you can find yourself at a place where if you don't get help, it becomes the thing that ends up being your demise. It becomes the thing that limits you from functioning at your highest level. So what are the things you do, Ricardo? I want you to pay close attention. These are the things that I do to make sure that I'm at a healthy state, keeping that anxiety dynamics at a good, manageable position. That's really what you want, because you need some form of anxiety. You need a little bit of it, but you don't need it to overtake your life to a point where it becomes a disorder. So one of the things that I had to learn to do, I'm still learning how to do this stuff. I'm getting better with age. If you've been following this platform, I'm not the best at anything outside of the fact that I'm committed to getting better. I want to learn. I want to figure out what can I do to improve. And so in relations to having anxiety, in relations to dealing with fear, in relations to identifying my deficiencies, I've had to become very, very honest with myself. And then started to do the things that I've learned over time that works best for me. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Some of these things might work for you. When you meet with a therapist, going through some counseling and studying you may identify something else in addition may work for you. So what am I going to share with you today? Number 1, you want to start practicing deep breathing. Practicing deep breathing. Oh, this is one of those things. I'm working on this. I'm going to do a series on meditating. Okay. Oh, I think it's so underappreciated. I think meditation is good. If you believe meditation is good, leave a comment below and let us know. You believe meditation is good. I believe meditation is good. But here's the deal. One of the big things about meditating is practicing deep breathing, practicing mastering a level of breathing that is working for you. Okay, I have my tonsil and my adenoids are really big. Okay, and I'm considering getting surgery and having the tonsil taken out and the adenoids, but my breathing is off. It's crazy. It's just off. And so for me, I've had to try to start practicing deep breathing, starting to learn how to embrace this calm down, accept this. Let it in, let it out. Come on. And I have to now figure out how can I enhance this. So I'm not the best at this yet, but I figured out it's working. Okay. As long as, one of my coaches said to me years ago, and I've been working this, he said, how's that working for you? So if it's working, I'm going to keep working it. Okay. So you want to start practicing deep breathing. The next thing is I found out, for those of you that struggle with anxiety, you got to pay attention. Drinking too much coffee can hurt you. Okay, so I would say stop drinking coffee. Stop drinking coffee because it sometimes it just messes with you. It heightens that area. Okay, the other thing is practice gratitude. Oh my goodness, the power of gratitude. When you get to the point where you start to realize how blessed you are, how much you have going for you, and you start reflecting and appreciating and highlighting the good that's in your life, the good that's happening around you. Oh my goodness, it can bring you into a good place. I don't think we practice looking at the good in our lives enough. I really don't. I think it's important for you to start paying attention to the good that's in your life. It will lift you up to a whole nother level. It will take you to a place where you won't be in a dark space. You will find yourself living life on a whole nother level of appreciation, because gratitude really brings a life alive. It brings your life alive. Gratitude works. Okay, the other thing is get moving. This right here is really big. Get outside and get moving. I try to practice doing 2.5, 3 miles of walk, brisk walking. Okay? Brisk walk. You know why? Because I'm trying to make sure that my mind, my spirit, my body is alive. I figured out that, listen, the oxygen outside, the air, just breathing. Just breathing. Good stuff. Letting the sun hit your skin, letting the air just hit you, just going outside, letting the wind. Oh, good stuff. But staying inside is not good. Keeping those blinds and windows closed, not good. Come on. All right. So one of the things I've been doing is practicing during the summer, springtime. Go outside. I walk in the grass, no shoes, no socks on, and just allow my feet to just hit the soil, the ground, and just allow myself to connect with earth and allow God to minister to me as I walk in peace and in meditating and reflecting and just being appreciative. And I found myself living at a higher level of peace, at a greater level of joy, on a more appreciable level of acceptance of where I am and where I'm going. Practice moving, practice exercising, get that heart pumping, We don't do it enough. We're creatures of comfort more now than ever. And society is bringing us to a place where if you don't be careful, TV, social media, the sofa, the bed, how we structure our homes, no blinds, no outside, no wind, no sea, no sand. Come on, man. You can find yourself really having all of these comfort factors working against you, and you're just eating and you're just sleeping and you're just sitting around the house and you're just not engaging. Not good. Oh, not good. You want to get to moving. You want to get moving. So that's one of the things that I've been practicing. If you find yourself not doing well and you're starting to become really overwhelmed, a good brisk walk, boy, will do wonders. It does wonders. In my book, Effective Living, I talk about the importance of exercise. I talk about the importance of taking care of your body. It's a part of it. It's really, really a part of it. So you want to go for that brisk walk. Okay, the next thing is you want to start writing down your thoughts. Okay, start journaling. Start really writing and looking and now studying you. Because what happens, guys, it allows you to be able to stop, pause, think, analyze, appreciate, and make clear what's going on in your life. You say, Ricardo, I don't like writing. I like the new iPhone. You could talk into your notes. Okay? And so you could just start writing that stuff out. Sit down, think, allow yourself to have quiet time. Don't think on the negative, think on the positive. Develop a mindset. Did you hear what I just said? Develop a mindset. You can develop a mindset. Develop your mindset to start focusing on what's good. Start focusing on what's positive. Start focusing on the fact that, listen, I'm blessed. The good things that's happening in your life. So start writing down. Okay? Start making sure that you're doing what you need to do on a daily basis by journaling, identifying, these are the things that I can do that will help me. But here's the deal. I'm going to make note of it. So the next thing is I want you to manage your triggers. Manage your triggers. What are the things that get you? I mean, listen, it doesn't work well for you. Oh, if it's one thing that I've had to do lately is I've had to learn how to manage my trigger. There are some things I just know. There are certain environments I can't dwell in. There are certain conversation. It's just not good for me. There's certain television programs. I can't do too much of the news. You got to know what is your triggers. Okay? You got to know. That's where I said you have to study you. You have to start paying attention to you and not embrace the wrong that's in you, but learn how to correct the things that you have accepted that could be these can be changed, but you have accepted them. And so you got to figure out, okay, there are some trigger factors that I've just not learned how to control and I need to avoid. Okay? There's some things I need to avoid. And then there's some things I need to address and get better at. Because avoidance in certain things will cause you to have to keep going back to the same thing. And you now have to live a life where you're extremely frustrated over a longer period of time because some things aren't going away and you just have to learn how to pass that particular test. Remove that thing from a trigger window to now a test you have passed where it used to be a trigger, but now you have learned how to master it. But then there's some things you can't control and you can't change. And those things you have to say, if those things aren't working for me, I need to learn how to avoid those things. Effective living at its best requires you to do the work to make sure that you're in a good place. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to do the work for you that you're not willing to do for yourself. You've got to know what is your triggers, and then you got to know what's going to help you to get ahead within your day, within your week, within your month. Okay? Last but not least, you got to start learning to live in the moment. Learn to live in the moment. Oh, the present is a present. Okay? You got to learn how to appreciate that you've been given a day. And just getting up with that, with a spirit of gratitude and appreciation for having been given a day. Just stop and breathe. Learn to enjoy your meal. Learn how to take a shower that you embrace. Learn how to go for a brisk walk and then you just smell the fresh air. Learn to reflect and look at the birds flying by. Just look, appreciate, and enjoy. Don't be so much on a hurry, and don't be so slow to engage yourself in your day. You've got to do the work to make sure that you're not overtaken by anxiety. You've got to do the work to make sure that something's wrong with me. What I'm noticing is this is how I'm showing up on a daily basis, and it's not helping, it's hurting. And what I need to do is I need to get help. Sometimes you may need a coach to help coach you through certain seasons of your life. You may need some good counseling, or you may need to go and see a therapist. Be it as it may, you got to tell yourself, I'm working this thing to get to a place where the best of me is coming out every day. Let me say this, nobody has it all together. Don't be ashamed, don't be afraid to say, I've had to get help. Don't be afraid, don't be ashamed to say, I'm getting help. Don't be afraid, don't be ashamed to say, how can I get help? Do you know who I can go to get help? Always remind yourself of this. Someone is assigned to help me. Someone is assigned to help me. When you start thinking someone is assigned to help you, in addition to the fact that nobody has it all together, and we're all trying to get somewhere, if I don't put my best foot forward, chances are I can find myself 2, 3, 5, 10 years later at the same junction. Don't do that to yourself. If you're dealing with any form of anxiety, study it to a degree where you know, is this anxiety is overtaking me and taking me into a place where I don't need to be? Or is it manageable and I can start doing the practical things that Coach Ricardo Miller is suggesting? I can start practicing that deep breathing. I can go get a little bit better with it. I can start drinking more water, less coffee. Okay? I can start realizing, okay, I'm going to practice gratitude. I'm going to practice gratitude. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start moving. If you haven't been exercising, get outside. It's good for you. Okay? Start listening to some good music that ministers to the soul. Start listening to good music. Start reading some good books. Start watching what you eat. Start making sure that you set yourself up. Get some good bed sheets, some good pillows. Hey, listen, open the windows up in your home. Open the blinds up and let the sun come on in there. Sit out on your porch and just appreciate you have a home, have whatever it is that you have, appreciate what you have. If you're faithful with little, you can find yourself over time with much. But you got to start where you are, being a good steward at where you are. Don't let anxiety overtake you. Whatever you feed grows. Whatever you give attention to the most will overtake you over time. Whatever you think about all day long, you become. So what you got to tell yourself is, I'm winning, I'm growing, I'm improving, I'm addressing my deficiencies, and I'm getting better with age. Is it possible? Of course it's possible. Now, some of us have to do a little bit more work than others because that's just the cards we've been dealt. But one thing I've made a commitment to do is I am going to learn how to play this life well with the cards that I've been dealt. You've got to tell yourself, I'm going to learn how to play life well with the cards that I have been dealt. I'm not going to make excuses. This is what I'm dealing with, and everybody's dealing with something. Address the issue. Whatever your issue is, address it. Make sure the rest of your life does become the best of your life. Anxiety is real, but it doesn't have to overtake you. Someone is assigned to help you. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Share this video with someone that may not want it, may have not taken the time to pay attention to some of the practical things that I've mentioned. And they may just need to hear from you when you share this, that someone is assigned to help them. And it's okay to say, I needed help. And I got the help I needed. God bless you guys. Y'all have a good night. If you haven't been following me before, subscribe to this channel. I'm going to be dropping more information at the level that I'm at, pursuing this lifestyle, what I call effective living, intentional living, being deliberate about what you do on a daily basis to get the most out of this life. If you have not gotten my book yet, get your copy at ricardomiller.com. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.